Hello and welcome. Neuro, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, it's not necessarily new game as far as when it was released, but it's a new game for the stream anyway. So it's a game I've played before. I really enjoy it. I think I've played it twice in the past, and I wanted to play Control if you're familiar with that. But this game is made by the same people, Remedy Entertainment or Remedy Games, and they're the same ones that made like the Max Payne games and stuff like that. I really enjoy this one, so I figured I'd play this one first, and then after we're done with this one, we'll play Control, because I think it probably elevates the storytelling of the game a little bit. But I think the story in this game by itself is really good. So we're gonna take a look at this one, start playing it. I had to tweak a lot of things to get the streaming right, so if the sound or anything is off, just let me know as far as the mic being too loud or the game being too loud or vice versa. It's hosting Nate again while I'm live. Why is it doing that? Really? Gotcha. Alright, so let's get started. It's a very story heavy game, just a heads up. So we're gonna start it on. We'll go easy, because I am who I am. And I'm not that great at games, I just enjoy playing them. So we'll try easy. Played it just for a minute to get all the settings going and make sure everything's streaming correctly, the sound is good. If for whatever reason the game sound is too low or too loud, just let me know, I'll adjust it. It's kind of hard to tell beforehand.
The number one killer is time. It destroys us all. This is what you need to know. Time broke. A growing fracture leading to the end of time. We went after a device that could fix it. Things turned ugly. Paul Serene was there to stop us. He has superpowers.
Jack?
Him and me both. We failed.
Jack.
And of course, time travel was involved.
Jack.
Going too fast for you? Okay. What do you want to cover first? You tell me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the game is all about, is like
When you
time.
first arrived at Riverport
Time
University.
warping, time changing, stuff like that.
I came back home to see my best friend, Paul Serene. He wanted to show me what he'd been working on. My brother Will was a scientist. He was also involved.
So it's 15 minutes before the
Paul
fracture
said
in
it was
time.
world-changing. He was right.
Whoa! Come on! Watch where you're going, man! Fuck off!
Get out of the road! Asshole. Riverport University. Here we are.
Hey, thanks for the ride.
No problem.
The facial capture technology in this game is really good.
You'd been away for 6 years.
Paul and I had kept in touch, but Will, not so much.
How did it make you feel?
I was just happy to see Paul. Paul told me to meet him at the physics building.
Doesn't say which one's the physics building. Either that or I'm just blind. Locate narrative objects in the world to immerse yourself
I guess
deeper
I should
in
go
the
find
story.
Paul.
So that's one thing about this game, is there's like a lot of collectibles in the game, so if you really want to get super deep into the story, you can like collect all the collectibles while you're playing, and they're littered all over the place. There's like dozens of them. Or you can just kind of play straight through.
Rough night, huh?
Oh, it's for, it's just whatever's doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt he's out here. I better head into the campus. Whoa.
Jack.
Just got to the campus. Where are you?
God, it's good to hear your voice. When you hit the courtyard, look right, you'll see this fancy modern physics building with the lights on. I'll meet you inside there. I am so looking forward to this, man.
You still haven't told me what this is.
I know. See you soon.
Why 4 a.m.? Why not wait till morning? Paul had always been a showman.
So because it's a lot of story-based content, I'm gonna try and like not talk when the story's going on, because otherwise it'll be impossible to keep up with it. Hey you, take action now! Monarch Solution wants to tear down the pride of Riverport University, the beautiful and historic library building generations have studied in. This is a part of our heritage, but they don't care. Are you gonna put up with that? Of course you aren't. Are you gonna take action? Of course you are. First of all, go online, use hashtag #SaveTheLibrary and get loud. The only way they'll stop is if they look bad enough doing it. That's a typo. Secondly, join our protest at the university on October 8th. Let's show them there are still people left in Riverport who give a crap. And I'm pretty sure it's October 8th in game right now, so the protest is ongoing as we speak. Typo already. Unplayable.
Some protest.
It's typical college kids. They use any excuse they can get to, you know, party hard and drink. Stop Monarch problems. For years, Monarch Solutions has been buying out Riverport piece by piece, steamrolling over small businesses and local culture to establish corporate dominance. On October 9th, they intend to demolish the historic Riverport University Library to make way for additional Monarch-funded university research centers. They've gone too far. Sick of Monarch Solutions turning our city into a corporate monopoly? So are we. It's time to stop trading culture for profits. It's time to stop Monarch. On October 8th at 7 p.m., help us spread awareness of Monarch's shameful actions by joining our protest in the central courtyard. Camp out and enjoy the all-night music. Tell your friends. For more information, contact Amy Ferrero. Note, this is a non-alcoholic event. Okay, sure it is. Yeah, the beta testers failed miserably. Missed the single typo that's in the game. What were they thinking? Oh, physics. Woohoo, I can knock over science. Best game ever.
Hey, do you know where the physics building is?
Physics, I was just
You mean the
talking about
big-ass
physics.
metallic turtle behind me? Hard to miss, man.
Thanks.
Jeez, way to be a douche. I was just asking a question.
Babe, can we go home yet?
Hey, it's Bobby Radford here on the tail end of the night shift. How you doing, Riverport? Burning the midnight oil? Just waking up? Or you getting ready for bed?
Please go around.
Asleep.
Come on, Amy, call it a night.
Protests seem like a lost cause. Maybe sympathize with the students.
Monarch problems.
If you're with that fraternity, you've done enough damage. We're being shut down.
Hey, I come in peace. I'm just meeting a friend nearby.
At 4 a.m.?
Yeah, tell me about it.
But what are you doing
Well,
out at 4
we're
a.m.?
spreading awareness about Monarch Solutions, so if you want to know how badly they're giving us the shaft, then you can just ask me.
Ask her how badly she's getting the shaft.
All right, what's going on here?
Okay. How would you feel if you knew a corporate monopoly was taking a massive dump all over your personal history?
That's quite an opener.
Good. Because that beautiful library over there is over 100 years old. It's part of the city's heritage. And Monarch Solutions plans to tear it down tomorrow. Do you want to know why? We've got a chart with all the details.
Nope. Don't really care. Sorry. That doesn't even give me the option to care. It's
Go
just
ahead,
like
check
you
out
should
the
not
chart.
you should not care about this.
Monarch's tearing down the library to build another research facility. For what?
I bet you're gonna tell me.
To push their corporate agenda. I mean, look at those numbers. They're slowly taking over the city and everybody's completely blind to it.
It doesn't look good. Hey, I gotta meet my friend, but you keep fighting this, okay?
All right. Enjoy your booty call.
Not exactly.
Hey. So, like, the only reason I'm even looking at this stuff is this is actually pertinent and important to the story of the game. So, Monarch Problem started in 1999. They bought out all major tech and security companies in Riverport using earnings from shady investments. In 2000, they evaded questioning regarding who was truly running Monarch. 2001, bought out major media outlets, questions stopped being asked. 2006, bought Gull Island, tore down war monuments to construct R&D facilities. 2008, demolished Riverport Central train station to build Monarch Tower. 2010, purchased entire industrial district and dry docks, putting thousands of people out of work. 2016, aimed to demolish Riverport University Historical Library to replace it with yet another research facility. So obviously 2016 is the now inside the game. What is Monarch's agenda? Nobody knows. Who runs the company? Nobody knows. When do we want answers? Now. Doesn't really flow off the tongue, but I get it. That's a beautiful screensaver.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Of lies. Oh, someone's behind there.
He's been gone for 5 years. Dark matter and dark energy constitute over 95% of our universe.
Does that look familiar to anybody, that
We're
guy?
just a speck of light floating in an endless ocean of darkness.
The guy in that video is the guy that they modeled Max Payne's face off of in the Max Payne games. Sam Lake.
Every story finds its writer.
Alright, enough of this. That actually doesn't have anything to do with the story of the game. No history, no future. Our history is ours. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go.
Paul had always been hungry for success. Driven. He made it onto a lot of those top young professionals lists. And now he was coordinating some huge project at the university. It's a big deal for him.
Hey, protest's over. At home.
Not why I'm here, Chief. Holster that safety whistle.
Yeah.
Prick.
Holster it. Rent a cop. Got him.
Not exactly modest, are we, Paul?
With a track record of extremely profitable business ventures behind him, Paul Serene joined Riverport University in 2010 to head one of the most significant physics research projects the university has ever seen. He is the youngest project director in the history of our university and by far the most successful to date. His involvement has encouraged a flood of high-profile investments that resulted in the extremely ambitious yet unrevealed quantum physics project referred to as Project Promenade. In his own words, "I'm not a scientist myself, and thus it may come as a surprise to many that I fought to obtain the position as Project Director Development here at the university. For me, it's a dream come true. Growing up, my best friend was the brother of renowned quantum physicist William Joyce." So remember that name, William Joyce. So growing up, my best friend was the brother of renowned quantum physicist William Joyce. I've always been fascinated by William's work, and his publications from 97 to 99 were groundbreaking for the scientific community. As a businessman, I've been able to help shape a path to create a practical application for William's work by building on the foundation that he created with a group of immensely talented physicists. That was the basis for Project Promenade, and the results have been absolutely revolutionary. Paul Serene's favorite sports team is the Riverport Rexes. You can see him front row at every game. Who cares? In memoriam of Dr. Henry Kim. Our dear friend and colleague Henry Kim passed away on Friday, February 12th at the age of 50. As a professor at Riverport University, Dr. Kim was praised for his tireless devotion to his field and his students. Both Dr. William Joyce and Dr. Elton Meyer, whose research efforts eventually led to the discovery of the Meyer-Joyce field, were his students. He later made a name for himself as the director of Monarch Solutions' Physics Research Division. While maintaining this position, he also contributed heavily to research at Riverport University, lending his services to the development of Project Promenade, based on his students' discoveries, which he continued to work on until the time of his death. Meyer Physics Research Center.
You made a long trip just to see a research project?
Well, reading between the lines, Paul was under a lot of pressure. He needed a friend. I wanted to help him any way I could.
So remember, William
Son of a
Joyce
bitch.
is the scientist that invented
Jack
this Myers-Riggs.
In the flesh.
The
technology.
esteemed Mr. Paul
He's
Serene.
William's brother.
What's shaking, Moneybags?
Shut up and bring it in. Welcome home. 6 years. Now we're starting to think you'd never come back.
Yeah, me too.
Come on.
This way. We're going upstairs to the project lab. How was the flight?
First class. Thank you for that. It's a step up from our van trip to Utah.
I missed that van.
I'm guessing that Will's not meeting us.
He doesn't know we're here.
I knew Paul had asked my brother Will to consult on his project. Will was all the family I had, but he was difficult.
In here, Jack.
Want to
Going
have
up.
the data center.
It's quite the facility you got here.
What can I say? I have a knack of milking money out of wealthy investors.
Protests against Monarch are going strong, I see.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't join in. I thought that kind of trouble was your forte.
Well, it used to be our forte. You're the one that sold out.
Oh, I don't know. Rich and successful isn't too bad. You should give it a try.
So meet Monarch spokesperson Martin Hatch in person. September 29th. You're about to graduate and you're looking for the next step. Your future starts here. Monarch Solutions is the #1 employer of university graduates in Riverport. We are actively seeking new employees with various divisions including energy solutions, security enforcement, marketing, Chronon research,
Hey,
robotic
Jack.
engineering.
Over here, come on.
I'm reading.
up.
Paul. Customer service, information technology. Attend our seminar, another typo. Man, these guys. Unplayable. This game's horrible. Just kidding. With Monarch's Martin Hatch, learn that many benefits of working for Monarch Solutions. Be a part of a bright new future. Be a part of the Monarch family. So for some reason, this technology company, Monarch, is like hugely intertwined and connected to this huge college university campus. Nobody knows why.
Let's take the elevator, Jack.
I don't like the way you
There's
said
more
that.
to this than you're letting on. Is it about my brother?
Why don't you take the
Still worried
elevator?
about him, huh?
Jack.
If Will did something wrong, then...
Jack, man. Look, I've been tight-lipped about this for a reason. This project we've been working on is going to change the entire world.
Why do I smell one of your long-winded presentations on the horizon?
I would never. Oh, look. A perfectly placed presentation to illustrate the project. Now, who put that there?
Oh, shocking.
Okay. Enough joking. The lab's this way, Jack. Come on.
So in case
We'll get
anybody's
to the
seen
lab. I want to see your presentation.
Game
I
of
know you love this
Thrones,
stuff.
the guy who
Come on, man.
plays
Dazzle me.
Well,
Paul was
if you
Littlefinger,
insist.
Peter Baelish.
Progress. Our primary drive as a species. Over time, we have cured life-threatening illnesses. Explore the world.
Oh, good. Going into marketing spiel mode.
Don't ruin my flow. But there is one element which denies us true progress. Time itself. Now, I'm not a scientist, but here's how it's been explained to me. We've known that, in theory, a rotating black hole creates a deformation in space-time, potentially allowing travel through both space and time. Years ago, William Joyce, your brother, posited the existence of chronon particles, now known as Meyer-Joyce particles, which fill an all-encompassing field, enabling the constant and steady progression of time. Here at Project Promenade, we have combined both these theories to discover a way to manipulate that field. And the results are staggering. There's more, but that's enough of a primer for now.
So essentially they're finding ways to manipulate time to their will.
All right, let's do this.
By
So this is
manipulating
about
those
quantum physics. Paul, you know my
particles.
brother spent years stuck down that rabbit hole. Is that why you brought Will on as a consultant?
When Dr. Kim passed away, your brother was the obvious choice to bring in to replace him.
Alright, let's just go.
Project Promenade.
5 minutes before the fracture in time.
Oh, shit. You guys must have some budget. What is all this?
The future, Jack. You are looking at the biggest discovery of our time.
It's impressive, but Will's the scientist. What do you need me for?
There's a reason we're doing this at 4 a.m., Jack. I need someone I can trust. I need you to help me convince Will.
Yeah, I had a hunch.
When your brother found out the scope of what we were building here, he... well, you know Will.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta get something from my desk. Will overreacted. Scared off the investors, ranting about miscalculations, dangers, all with no evidence. It works, but they're gonna cut our funding if I don't prove it.
You always did drag me to these situations.
Me drag you. One word, Utah.
Haha. All right, touché.
And from what I hear, you've attracted plenty of trouble without me these past few years.
Well, apparently it's my forte.
Forte? Forte Knight?
Jack, you know asking for her help is not easy for me. I am in deep trouble. You see, the tests I have to run here are not, strictly speaking, legal. You're the only one I can trust to help me with this.
Whatever Will did, I want to make it right. I love my older brother, but he didn't make it easy.
So essentially Will wanted to
It's
shut
already
down...
essentially set up. Anyone can do it, but you're the one I want to do this with.
Will wanted to shut down the experiments that they're doing because he didn't think that it was feasible and he didn't think it would work because there were too many miscalculations involved. But he wants to keep the experiment running by proving it works, but the only way he can prove it works is by using me as a guinea pig to help him use it and actually see the results. Project Promenade beta test. Mayor, please check this game and make sure there are no typos. Just kidding. That email apparently never went through. We absolutely cannot afford to lose momentum at this point. If we put Project Promenade on hold, then we will lose every Chronon specialist on staff overnight. Monarch is paying double the wages we are. It would be an absolute nightmare. Our staff is irreplaceable and I'm struggling to hold on to them as it is. I've known William Joyce since childhood. There's no doubt that he's a genius, but he also has a history of paranoia and mental instability. He's lost sight of the big picture. His concerns regarding Project Promenade are outlandish, unfounded, and based on ludicrous conjecture. The only reason we pulled Will in as an advisor is because there are no other qualified specialists available who the investors will trust to sign off on the project now that Dr. Kim is gone. We can't just wait for the board to find a suitable replacement because there are none. Kim approved these figures long before his death. I refuse to let Will sabotage everything we're building. I need you to keep the investors distracted. Buy me time before a final decision is reached. I'll find a way to gather the proof we need in order to proceed to beta testing. Give me 48 hours and I'll make this right. Paul. Paul, investors have made their decision. Based on William Joyce's concerns, they're halting all funding for Project Promenade until an equally qualified specialist can be assigned to the project to perform further inspection. I did everything I could to sway the vote, but the only board member who voted in your favor was Martin Hatch. We brought up William Joyce's questionable mental health, but the damage was already done. He planted the seed of doubt. Let me know how you wish to proceed.
Jack, thank you.
Remember, the
I know
Hatch
to count on you.
is the head of the Monarch company. From Jack Joyce to Paul Serene, I'll pack my things and head to the airport ASAP. Whatever this is about, just make sure Will doesn't know I'm coming home. Not the kind of baggage I need to unpack right now. I just booked you a flight from Bangkok to Riverport first class. Taxi will be waiting for you at the airport when you get here and drive you straight to the university. I can't tell you any more over email, but we'll explain everything when you get here. You just saved my life. These aren't the ideal conditions for a reunion, but can't wait to see you again. Almost 2 decades as friends, not once have you ever asked for help. This must be bad. Are you okay? What kind of trouble are you in? Of course I'm in. I'm here for you, man. Currently in Bangkok, but I can find a way to Riverport as soon as possible. We'll wait by a computer for further details. Jack, you know, I am the last person to ever ask for a favor, but I desperately need your help. Everything I've built here my entire career, it's all at risk of crashing down if I don't do something. I need to take the only measure that I will put this project back on track, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I can truly help me fix this. Where are you right now? I only have 48 hours to set things right. I know Riverport is the last place you want to be, but I can have a flight booked for you immediately. I realize this is by no means a small task, but I'm desperate. I need to know you're in. Alright. We get it. He needs his help to prove that this time machine works. I totally broke the timeline of the game, by the way, because it's definitely been more than 5 minutes.
The core. I'm going to run diagnostics and make sure it remains stable.
This lever? We're doing it, chat. We're going back in time. Or forward in time. I don't know which.
That's just the Chronon conduit initiating.
He's like, everything is fine. Don't worry if all the power in the city goes out.
We need to keep pushing forward, Jack.
Are you sure you have to do that?
The figures are all stable. The core replicates the effects of a rotating micro-black hole, so activating it can be a bit intense.
A black hole? What exactly are we testing here?
You're about to find out. This way. We've got to raise the corridor. Just like old times, eh? Slightly illegal, moderately reckless.
I'd raised some hell with Paul in the past. I could tell this was different. Still, I didn't understand how massive and far-reaching the consequences for this would be. How could I? I knew Paul. He played it cool, but I could tell he was nervous.
It's happening. We're really doing this, Jack. It's gonna be amazing.
It's like an orb of black hole where time doesn't exist. It's just like a big vacuum of time and space.
Here, take this. You need this key to activate the corridor.
Okay. I'll activate the corridor.
We need to turn the keys at the same time to activate. Security precautions. Ready?
It's like we're launching a nuke. Wait, we're not launching a nuke, right?
One way to find out. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, we are. I fooled you. The whole city's gone. Everybody's dead.
God damn, Paul. What is this?
The corridor. The passenger enters one end, travels around the loop, exits the other, and arrives at the predetermined time and the physical location where the machine is situated in that time.
Passenger? Wait. This is a corridor for... You're actually going inside that thing? In the machine, through time? It's a fucking time machine.
I'm going to be the first, Jack. And you're my witness.
No, I'm not, because I'm going to read this.
This is crazy, Paul. I mean, this can't be safe. What happens when...
Our team has already proved it works in the trial phase. It is ready. We've passed every test, every inspection. We're about to make history, Jack. All you have to do is hit that switch.
Oh wait, I feel like this is a bad idea because the game told me earlier it's going to cause a huge time destruction. It said in a little bubble on the bottom left of my screen, 5 minutes before time breaks. He's going 2 minutes to the past, so wouldn't he see himself on the other side? His past self?
2 minutes to the past.
Remember this moment.
See? I actually forgot that happened.
Paul! What? How?
But he has to go inside to complete the loop. Because if he doesn't go inside, then his past self
Stay calm, Jack.
doesn't
Stay
come
calm.
out. Everybody's dead.
There's two of you. You just fucking multiplied.
This is exactly what was supposed to happen. He's me, a future version of me from 2 minutes in the future. Your evil future self.
He's got a weird laugh.
We did it! Fucking incredible. I mean, just
Imagine the implications. We could warn people about disasters before they happen, cure diseases before they spread. I just had this conversation. Still sounds good second time.
Jesus Christ.
Now go into the machine. You need to complete the cycle.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yes. Of course.
I'm a time expert.
Wait, Paul, what are you doing?
It's all a big loop, Jack. I need to enter the machine and travel back to the moment I exited the machine in order to, well, be here.
And what if you don't?
There is no what if. I'm here. It's already happened. You saw it, Jack.
Hey, don't push me.
We did it.
Oh, that's impossible. That's literally
space.
impossible. I mean, I can't even...
There's no time to stop now. We need to test the other direction. Set the machine to 5 minutes to the future.
What are you doing? Oh no. Jack. Will? You have to help me with this. We have to shut this thing down now.
No, stop him!
Shut up!
Hold on.
The core!
Hold on. We can't shut it down. Paul's still in there.
Shut up!
Look
Shut
at me.
up!
Look at me. Put the gun down and we can talk, okay?
No, there's no time.
You're not thinking straight. Put the gun down. Jesus Christ, Will.
Time is going to end. Jack, you have to trust me.
Or what?
His brain's dead.
No, I gotta let you out.
My quantum, it's breaking.
Okay. No.
It said the time was E. This is what E time looks like.
You okay?
I think so. I'll find a way out. Make sure Will's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's frozen in time.
I could hear Will's words in my head. Time is going to end.
It's because they messed with the space-time
What the hell?
continuum and started that chronon core.
This is crazy.
Caused all of those time particles they talked about earlier to freeze.
Well, Jack. Hey, Will.
Zero state. What have we done?
I didn't do anything, I just watched.
She warned
I
me.
swear.
I knew she was right. All this time. I warned Paul. This could all have been avoided. We're too late.
It's like I'm still stuck in here, you morons.
Come on. It's jammed.
This wasn't supposed to happen! The figure's all...
Stutter. Collapsed.
So those are Monarch employees, that's why they have the Monarch logo on the back of their jackets. Well, they're bulletproof vests, technically, I
No
guess.
other way out. Going through the machine.
Paul, wait. No!
Jack! This way! Jack! Jack! Come on! You can escape through the hatch I came in through.
I didn't want to
Trying.
leave Paul, but there was no way to help him. I didn't know where he'd end up.
Hurry!
What the hell?
Hurry! This way!
Squish yourself like a sandwich. Get in there.
Jack, your hands.
Follow the Hobbit.
Gotta keep moving.
No! Jack. You just... What just... Go. This way. Move.
So time keeps
That was
fracturing.
the first time my powers started to manifest.
That's why his
An out
brother
of control
froze again.
burst of energy that saved Will.
Jack, your proximity to the pulse, it must have altered your relation to the chrono.
Will, what I just did back there. What the hell is happening?
That's what I'm telling you.
Not in the right language.
Explosion make time go bad. If time is an egg, then that egg is fucking broken. The time egg is fucked.
Not the time egg.
Why is there an egg in this?
There's a fracture in time. It's breaking down, leading to the end of time, and door.
What?
Locked. Door. They cut my security clearance. Ah! That didn't help.
Stand back. I'll get it open.
Stand back. I'll use my super power kick.
HQ, security.
Why didn't his brother just do that?
More of them. Hide.
Didn't really seem like he needed special powers for that move.
They're coming. In here.
This guy knows his way around all the vents. He's like the vent master.
I warned Paul about this. About the calculations. I tried to make her listen to me. By shoving a gun in my face? Yes, a gun. The universal symbol for shut the fuck up and listen to me.
Sound logic is always you.
Hold up.
You're on this side.
Okay.
We sure you didn't head back up to the lab? You could have gone back and tried to take the surface
This
elevator.
doesn't make any sense. How? Why are you even here?
That's your biggest concern right now?
Backup's en route to flush him out.
Paul brought me here to clean up your mess.
My mess? Do you even...
It was the time egg.
I can't see shit back there. May have to crawl behind.
Target spotted exiting the service elevator.
You heard her. Let's go.
You have no context for any of this, Jack. You weren't here. A lot happens in 6 years. This is bigger than us. Can't make it personal.
They're trying to kill us, Will. It's pretty goddamn personal.
Listen, getting you involved is the last thing I wanted. I'm sorry.
Right.
He's not sorry. He's just sorry it didn't work. I guess he didn't want it to work, so I guess that doesn't make any sense.
The fracture in time is only gonna get worse. We have to stop this before it's too late.
How?
Okay, you stop it. I'll look around for
We
stuff.
have to get to my car.
Paul Serene just had me go through every step of activating the machine in detail with him for over 3 hours. Do you have any idea what's going on with Project Promenade? Do you think he's replacing us? What about Dr. Joyce? All that stuff he said about he won't be able to stabilize the chronon field. What if he was right about the miscalculations? I know he comes across as a crank, but he came up with a lot of the research we're now building on. I don't understand the implications if there's an error, but Joyce seemed to think it was serious business. Also, I tried to look up an overview of the figures today, but all the files have been locked out by somebody named Martin Hatch from Monarch Solutions. I know they put some money into this project, but do they seriously have that much authority over us? I'm so confused. techno music going on. Elevator. We can get out of here. Come on, brother. You look like a smart guy. You know how to operate an elevator? Push button.
Look
Go
at
down.
this. It's the goddamn paramilitary out there. And we're the target.
What's their chopper waiting for?
Oh, yeah.
Pick up.
Pizza delivery. Hide. I heard broken glass.
You're better at the door thing.
He literally said, I'm better at opening doors. You're not a very smart individual for a quantum physicist.
Will, get out!
Target's armed. Opening fire.
We're pinned down. Get out unnoticed.
Oh, it made a squish sound. Squish.
Weapons free.
Will, stay down.
Put down the gun, Joyce.
God damn it.
Cover me. Suppressive fire.
Where is he? Where is he? Oh, right in the head.
Will,
So
are you
dead.
okay?
I think so. But Jack.
Here, there's a
that was-
first aid kit.
I know. This is way out of hand.
I'd used a gun before. I'd been in a couple tough spots. Never had an army of pro gunmen chase me.
Well, it wasn't really an army, dude. It's like 3 of them. Don't give yourself that much credit. Plus, I'm the one who killed them, not you. Duh. Looking around, seeing if there's any more stuff to collect.
Let's get out of here.
Ooh, machine gun.
Not
Oh,
good.
yeah.
This is not good.
Oh,
There's the
yeah.
elevator to the lobby.
There's no more story parts, huh? Oh, there we go.
Paul was positive that the experiment would work. That the figures were correct.
Because his specialists were a bunch of goddamn idiots. Their formulas were missing these variables entirely.
You're seriously making corrections right now?
Well, if they made them in the first place, we wouldn't be here.
So why didn't he just make them in the first place?
The elevator's through here.
You've just initiated a quantum ripple. Watch the next episode of the show to see the consequence of your actions. No, how about I don't do that? Don't tell me what to do.
It's coming down. Hide!
Not again. These guys are wearing much.
What the hell is Monarch firing at us? No, 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 no!
Don't kill my brother.
Move around.
Oh, he said that. Hi. The slow motion death. There's a time ripple.
Time's acting up again.
No surprise. We have to go.
Wreck all their chairs.
Did you hear that? They know our names.
Hey, Snowball, how are you?
They knew we'd be here.
So,
The elevator. It's the only way
quick
out.
recap. That dude there is my brother. He's a quantum physicist scientist. He and our friend Paul, growing up, we were all friends. He and Paul
Jack, in here.
work for this university we're in right now, and they had a quantum physicist project going on where they were trying to learn how to manipulate time, because they found out that, kind of like atoms, kind of like how our science right now knows that everything is made up of atom particles, they found out that every single bit of space and area around us in the universe is filled with time particles, and they were trying to find ways to isolate time particles and manipulate them. My brother, Will, is the one that actually found it all out. Paul Serene is somebody who was working on the project with
elevator.
Will. Will
Let's
wanted to
hurry.
close it down, but Paul wanted to keep it going. Will said they needed to close it down because there were too many miscalculations and too many variables that could go wrong. So they were going to close it down tomorrow, but in order to prevent it from being closed down, Paul snuck me into the university to help him prove that the time machine works. So we operated the time machine, it worked, but then the second time we went to go use it to go into the future instead of the past, it did something wrong. It corrupted time. and cause some sort of time paradox. So the university at first, after we used the machine, was frozen. Everything was frozen in time. But then after a while, the time ripple that he called it settled, and now everything's back to normal, and we're trying to escape the university while the security forces are trying to kill us. Library protest. Check it out. I was looking for key people among these protesters in case we need to get some leverage. It's a bit of a crapshoot. It's not like they have an official website with an org chart or something, but one of them had her email address on a poster, so I took a look at her inbox. Totally a great use of my time and expertise, by the way. These people are so interesting and not at all boring me to death. This Amy Ferrero seems to be in charge. It's not like there's a real chain of command, but she seems to be coordinating this shit and generally calls the shots. So if we're going to grab somebody we can spin things later on, she'd be the one. She's got family we can lean on if we want to go that way. Check out the email below. There's some other names and intel in there you might find useful if we need to contain this. Now go on with your bad self and get ready to, I don't know, do whatever it is you manly man types do before conducting an illegal clandestine paramilitary operation. Lift weights, arm wrestle, smear some camo paint on each other's faces. Is that a thing? So what that's referencing is this company, this mysterious company that they were trying to, at the beginning of the game as we walked into the university, there were a bunch of college kids doing a protest trying to stop this company Monarch from closing down the library to open a physics research laboratory. Yeah, standard stuff, nothing too exciting. So Monarch is also the security forces that are currently trying to kill us, and we don't know why. They just showed up after the time corruption happened and they started trying to kill us.
Go to your car. Monarch could be expecting that.
We have to, Jack. It's important. To fix the fracture, we need to get to my car.
Okay, just walk me through this, Will. Okay, time's broken. Fine. But now you're saying we could fix it?
In theory.
You're welcome.
I built something for such an event years ago. But finding the countermeasure won't be easy.
Oh, we just happened to build a little portable time machine.
Okay.
What happened?
Maybe the door's still open. Let me try.
He's the door opener. Of course he built a time fix machine. Why wouldn't he?
Will? Oh, crap. Frozen again.
So the time keeps fluctuating and things keep stopping, but I have power because I was right next to the core when it went off and created this black hole that
somehow I could
got
focus
into my
and
DNA.
unfreeze Will, even if the world was still frozen.
And that.
Stunner.
He said it better than I did.
She was right. About the fracture. About all of this.
Watch this. Oh, he shot me. Ah, just kidding. Give me your gun. Give me your gun. Give me your gun. Now nobody has guns. How you feel about that? Give me your gun. Is his gun gone? Look, his gun's gone now.
We don't want to be here.
Now you don't have guns. Now, I was telling other people in the chat that this game's hugely story-based, so like as you're playing the game, you can pick up all these little lore things that add more to the story. We might not pick up all of them as we play because it will make the game take forever, and there's a lot of reading involved. From Liam Burke, University Operation to Monarch Prowler Squad. I'm going to be working in conjunction with Prowler Squad for the duration of this operation. Martin Hatch assures me that you that already know your roles. Wow, there are a lot of typos in this game. But I'm sending this list to make sure that you understand the roles of the squad you will be potentially assisting if the operation does not go according to plan. There's no room for error on this one. Bandit Squad, establish and enforce perimeter around University, ensure quick arrival and departure of Extraction Squad and Core. Prowler Squad, move all civilians beyond viewing distance of extraction operation using cover story supplied. Contingency plan, if operation goes hot, then apprehend any witnesses of extraction operation. Raider Squad, infiltrate physics lab, block all exits, apprehend Jack and William Joyce if possible, eliminate if not, assist Extraction Squad in removing Core from Time Machine. Extraction Squad, remove Core from Time Machine, lower Core and wheel out to Extraction Truck. Contingency plan, if operation goes hot, then extract Core via helicopter. Deliver Core to Ground Zero operation and wait for instructions on final transport to Monarch Tower. Striker Squad, remain in underground parking garage as a last resort containment measure. So they're in the parking garage, which is where we're going to get to my brother's car. So the thing about this email that's interesting is Paul snuck me into the campus and didn't tell anybody I was there. And somehow Monarch knew this was going to happen, set up pre-planned operations to not only stop me and my brother, which are named in this email, but to steal the core that he's using for his time travel experiments and take it to their company's location. Yeah, my guy's Jack. So Jack was the name that's in that email. It says, stop, apprehend Jack and William Joyce if possible. William is my brother, neither one of which anybody knew was going to be at the university tonight. The only one that they would have known was going to be at the university is Paul, who's the one I showed up to help do the time travel experiment. So somehow they knew ahead of time that this was happening, and they knew who was going to be involved when nobody else knew. No, I'm not in one of the squads. I'm the guy they're trying to stop. Yeah, they're looking for me. Yep. But that's part of the mystery of the game, is how did they know this was all happening when this was all a secret, illegal operation we were doing and nobody was supposed to know about it. Look, it's frozen in time. I'll take your gun. Your gun go bye-bye. Hey, Take, what's up?
I met this girl. What are you doing? On my way here to get her moving.
Oh, he's gonna mess with the time. He's gonna mess with the time paradox.
She's not unfreezing. It worked on
timey-wimey stuff, yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. It may have to do with chronon exposure. Look at them all. It's a goddamn invasion. What are they doing? Why?
I'm gonna take your gun.
Everybody.
I'm gonna take your gun.
Witness to what they've done.
What they've done, they didn't do it, I did it. I mean, they can take the blame, I'm cool with that. That's my taxi driver.
We can get to the parking lot through the lecture hall.
You said you were prepared for this, that you knew it was gonna happen. How?
Beth Wilder. It's complicated. I'll explain in the car.
So Take, why Time's having a bad time is... Short recap, William here is my brother. He's a quantum physicist at this college university where we're in right now.
Going first.
He and his partner Paul, who we grew up together with, had this time research going on, this project they made where they can stop time or manipulate time with this time machine they invented. William wanted to stop it and shut it down, Paul didn't. So William was going to have it shut down tomorrow, but in order to prove it actually worked and wasn't going to cause problems, Paul snuck me into town, into the university to help him operate the machine and prove that it worked. And when we tried to make it work, this is what happened. It worked the first time he used it. He sent himself 2 minutes back into the past and it worked. But then the second time he tried to send himself 5 minutes into the future and it broke time. Like time is completely, in the words of the game, if time was an egg, that egg is fucked. The time egg is fucked.
Stove's collapsed. For now. Oh no, no. My car. They're patrolling the parking lot. Oh god, it's...
Okay. Okay, Will?
Supposedly Will says he has a way to fix it. So that's why we're trying to get to his
I'll fight my way
his
through.
car.
I'll
Oh
get
yeah,
the
it's
car
really
up.
cool story. And the story gets super crazy
No.
towards the end too.
Are you sure you can
There's a
fix
lot
time?
a lot
Then we'll call
of
it even.
surprises and plot twists and everything else throughout the game. It's awesome.
Here. You'll need the keys.
He is like, he's anti-doors. This dude does not open doors.
Be careful.
Yeah, okay, I will.
But as soon as this happened, and nobody was supposed to know we were here doing this, but as soon as we used the time machine and everything went to hell and all hell broke loose, the military showed up, or at least the security forces from this company called Monarch showed up. So now they're trying to figure out how they knew that we were even here. Press Y to activate time vision to locate enemies, hazards, and items. Time vision deactivates when you move. Gotcha.
What the hell?
My powers were growing. I started to sense things, premonitions, echoes from the past.
Just got orders from Monarch Actual. They want us to find a car belonging to William Joyce while we're here.
Got a plate number?
It's coming.
It's coming.
Neutron or some shit.
Got it, got it. Huh. Didn't even know it hit him. Literally.
Man, goddamn Thailand.
And when Paul...
different parking lots, and you just had to pick this.
So they explained it after the time machine broke and messed everything up. It happens in fluctuations. So time will move sometimes, and other times it will freeze, and other times it will start moving again, and other times it will freeze just randomly, and you never know when it's going to happen.
I could see an echo of the past. Will, arriving at the university.
What was that? I thought an X button came up on the screen.
I hope to God I'm not too late.
That's... I'm seeing the past.
He's seeing the past.
Oh, shit!
Tap right button to cast a time stop.
Something clicked. I could reach out and stop time in a focused area.
You don't know what you're doing!
Will.
Fuck.
I swear to God, if you hurt him!
Now look, I can just fill that bubble with bullets. And when time comes back, he just gets blown away.
Control.
I think he had to reload it at the exact same time I did.
I could do this. How many of these assholes are there?
Oh, he's still alive. Ah! That's cool.
Change of plans. Screw the car. I need to get to Will. He's in trouble.
As mentioned earlier in the game, I think a couple of you guys missed it. There are parts of the game that if I find certain information or I make certain choices in the game, a little golden ripple of a Monarch logo will happen in the top right hand corner of the screen, and it means that I've actually made a change to the story and the way things are going to happen. So you can actually change the story in this game, and it will change not so much the ending of the game, but it will change like what happens between now and the ending.
You're Jack Joyce.
Where is he? Where's my brother?
They're taking him to the library. You might still be able to catch them.
She has to hold a gun with two hands. I'm so manly, I
It's
only
more
need
complicated
one.
then. Look, I don't know if you can make it, but you should hurry.
That's the first time you saw Beth Wilder.
Yeah, but definitely not the first time she saw me.
Will. Will.
Library chase, he's not moving very quickly. Wait, what?
No time to lose. I gotta get to Will.
There it is.
Supposed to take William Joyce alive if he doesn't put up a fight.
Please, let me go. I can
Shut the hell up. Look, just shut the fuck up, all right? Boss said to take him to the library. Wants to deal with this one first.
just shot his own guy.
Shit. Oh, shit.
He needs to die now. He's evil.
No. You asked for it.
What the fuck is going on in there?
This. Bet you didn't want that, did you? Oh, I got both of them. Look, it went right through the one guy and hit the other one.
Gotta get to the library.
Perfect.
That's where they're taking you.
Yeah, these guys that work for Monarch are aware of it.
Gotta keep moving, Jack.
That's why they showed up randomly, because we don't know how they knew we were doing the experiment, because it was all done in secret and technically illegally. That we snuck into the university to prove that the time machine worked, but then suddenly after the time machine blew up, these guys just appeared out of nowhere.
Don't make sense. Dragging this asshole to the library? Airlift's already initiated. He should be gone by now.
Airlift. The time machine. You taking the time machine?
Hey. I said no talk.
So, they know that we had the time machine, they knew that they could steal it, or at least that's what they were trying to do, is they were trying to come here and steal it and take it. They don't know yet that we actually tried to use it.
What?
They were just here to try and stop us and steal the time machine.
You still had no idea that Wilder was helping you?
She wasn't the only one.
Nothing. Lights are out across the whole damn campus. Somebody cut the power. Open fire!
So essentially it said if I hold my aim button right after I use my little time dash move, I can aim for a second with the time still slowed down. So easily. So as long as I stay still, I can use this time view, time vision, and it will show me where everything is. But as soon as I start moving, it stops working. Where was it? Timey vision. Got him. Time manipulation. There are some video games
gotta get to the library
that came out like a long time ago, surprisingly. There was one game called Blinks, the Time Bandit or something like that, and while you played the game you could actually rewind time. So like if you went to go make a jump during a platforming section and you miss, you can like rewind time like 30 seconds back to do the jump again. It was a pretty cool game. But I like the time manipulation, stuff like that inside games is really cool. And this is, Remedy is the people who make this game. They're the same people who made Max Payne. And Max Payne actually had, time manipulation where you could do what they call bullet dodge, and you, like, dodge in slow motion while you're shooting at the bad guys. It kind of reminds me a lot of this. Or at least this reminds me a lot of it.
Have to reach Will before
Yeah,
it's too
Super Hot does a lot with time manipulation too, yeah.
Why are you taking me here? It's a library. I need to return some fucking books. HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Waiting orders. Over?
Will. They took him to the library.
Not the
I gotta
library.
find a way in. I gotta get to him fast.
So many books. Please don't do it. You're torturing the poor soul. Oh god,
Where did that come
doesn't sound good. They're making him read. They're making him read, the sick bastards.
Looks like I'm not the only one with a grudge.
Here I thought it was gonna be a quiet night.
Yeah. So that's like more of the lore that you can get and listen to. I'm not going to get all of it, because if we get all of it, we're literally just going to be sitting here reading and listening to stuff for hours at a time.
Come on, I don't have time for this.
I hurt myself trying to jump on that.
Gotta slow that thing down somehow.
Slow it down somehow, you say? I think I have just the thing. Nailed it. I'm so cool. I'm such a good guy. I'm so good at being a cool guy. Okay, clearly I go up the ladder. Yeah. That's what the screaming was earlier. They were holding a book to his face, forcing him to read it. He's like, no! How'd you know books are my weakness? Reading. Ah. Although my brother's a scientist, so I'm guessing he probably reads a lot.
Time Machine Corps in transit.
William is a scientist.
Hey! Hands where I can see!
Can't see nothing now, can you? Saw your brain go right through your helmet.
What the hell's going on around here?
My only weakness. Reading. It's my kryptonite. It's kind of a cool effect. People randomly getting shot off of rooftops for no explanation.
Awaiting orders. Over. Wonder where the brother is.
And your brain is set to blow right now. Oh man, that was such a good one-liner. He didn't really get to appreciate it. He didn't really have much time to appreciate it. His friend did though. His friend was like, "Oh man, that was such a good one-liner. I wish I didn't have to kill you right now." So apparently they're set to blow something. So that was the whole point of the, there was a big campus-wide, what do you call those? I'm having a horrible time thinking of words tonight. A campus-wide sit-in where they were trying to stop the library from being shut down because Monarch, which is the company that's trying to wipe us out right now and hunt us down, were going to tear the library down and turn it into another one of their scientific study labs. What is it telling me to do? Hello? Where's the rest of you? Hello? I would like to watch you, please. Where do I have to stand for this thing to go off? Oh, it's over here. Yeah.
Why are you taking me here?
It's a library. I need to return some fucking books.
Oh, you're so witty. You're
HQ,
so
we've
funny.
got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders. Over.
Sentence him to life of reading. No, you monsters!
Jack, run!
They just beat up a hobbit. Which is nice. Press B to create a time shield. Time shield! I think it would have improved the gameplay dramatically if they made him yell out the move whenever he used the move. Look, time dash! Time freeze! create a time shield. It didn't work.
Get round!
And yes, in case anybody was wondering, I am on easy. Gotta explode the barrels. Oh, he flew. Ah. Just said some hints about grenades, but it disappeared before I could read it. Yeah, it's kind of how a lot of people felt about this game when it first came out, is it wasn't so much a time travel game as much as it was like a superhero video game. Like, kind of like Define. Kind of like the Batman
I got a
games
whole
and
new
stuff
batch
like
of
that.
messed up shit I need you to explain.
Get me out of here first.
Okay, will do, bud. Sorry, I have to pick up ammo first.
We have to hurry. Where's my car?
I didn't like the color. Let's get a new one.
What? No, Jack. I need them.
Hold that thought.
His brother's like, why does crazy shit always happen to me?
My briefcase was in that car.
First I was a
I'll take
hobbit,
you shopping. It's a fucking briefcase.
then I was last on an island.
Something I need in order to stop the fracture.
And you didn't think to spell that out to me before.
I was a little busy getting kidnapped.
Yeah, well, it's not too late to leave you here.
Ah! How the hell are you staying alive? Because it's on easy.
I think they changed their mind.
They lied to us. Where is he? Oh. Didn't miss once. Except I did, which is sad since he was pretty much like point blank.
We have to get to my briefcase. Then we find Beth Wilder.
Why? Who is she?
She knows about the fracture. I trust her.
Glad you trusted somebody.
It's not that simple, Jack. I kept secrets from you to keep you safe.
Safe? Look around you, Will. Does this feel safe to you?
Feel safe.
This isn't my fault. Beth warned me this would happen. I did everything in my power to stop it.
But you never told me any of this.
I couldn't just...
How long have you known?
We don't have time for this now, Jack. We have to get to that briefcase.
Okay, briefcase. We're on a briefcase mission. Briefcase? No briefcase. Briefcase, where are you, briefcase?
Let's move before more of them show up.
I like how it says escape, get outside. Okay.
Jack!
So this is the guy who called me to help him prove that the time machine worked at the beginning of the game. And he went to the future when all hell started breaking loose and we didn't know where he went.
Paul?
Jack, we gotta go.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Paul, what happened to you? What are you doing?
Only what's necessary.
Think about this. You don't know what's at stake.
I know exactly what's at stake. That's why I'm here. You believe you can stop what's coming? I'm giving you one chance to change your mind. This path, it's already said it can't be changed. The past, the future, I've seen it. I've lived it. For 17 years.
17 years. It was you, the first experiment.
Come with me and we can see this through. Or hold on to your hope and burn with it.
Now listen, I built a device. I can stop this. I can.
You can't.
This is madness. There's no harm in trying.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. It doesn't have to end like this.
We can't just let this happen. I'll never stop trying.
It took me years to come to terms with what must be done. But we don't have years.
Wait.
Trigger. I never wanted this.
Gosh, my guy sucks. He didn't even freeze time or anything. Just watched his brother die.
You're not going anywhere.
End of Act 1, and the words are all timey-wimey. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So like he said, like when all hell broke loose and the time machine broke time, he escaped through the time machine, and then we just found out through that cutscene that he's been gone for 17 years and he's seen the future, and he's telling us that there's no way to stop it. Whatever happens in the future happens, and there's no way to change it. And you can tell by his demeanor that whatever happens in the future is not exactly nice. 25 hours after the fracture in time.
My name is Paul Serene. I founded Monarch Solutions 17 years ago with a very clear purpose. There are those who would question my actions. I'm recording this as a final statement of vindication, a testimony of how things came to be.
So he owns Monarch Solutions, even though at the beginning of the game it
I've
said
always been devoted
they
to my
didn't know
mission.
where it came from. It just kind of appeared one day.
Never deterred from my goal, no matter the sacrifice. Because I've seen where this leads.
2 hours after the fracture in time.
I've seen where it all ends.
We have a problem. No word from Jack Joyce's transport. It should have arrived here by now. We may have a traitor on the inside. You're due for your treatment. I'll find who's behind this.
Find Jack. That's our priority. Get your best man on it.
There's more. As you know, Jack's level of interference led to unexpected complications. Witnesses from the university were transported here. You need to take a look. We can't afford any further obstacles at this stage of the plan.
Yes, it is.
Now, I see two options. We could use force, remove any loose ends. But if those witnesses disappear,
The public will start asking questions. Potentially turn on Monarch.
It is Littlefinger.
All clear, sir.
Alternatively, I could mount a broad PR strategy, get the city on our side. But that leaves us with
The loose ends.
Precisely. The choice is yours, but keep in mind, the men will view your decision as a unified strategy moving forward.
So he's saying that he's going to give us a choice. We can either wipe out all of the witnesses that we found, or we can try and make a PR stunt and try to spin it as some weird situation that happened at the university, but we have it covered, and then get the witnesses to swear they won't ever say anything.
Liam Burke over there can explain the situation in more detail.
But like he said, whatever decision we make is the decision that the troops will make from here on out automatically. They'll just assume that's the status quo from here on out. And what they were saying at the beginning of this cutscene is I disappeared. So after my security detail, which is that man standing over there in the jacket, Liam Burke, took Jack, I disappeared. So they have somebody on the inside working for Jack or helping Jack, and they don't know who.
Jack would never understand the necessity of what I'd done. It wasn't the death William deserved, but his knowledge posed too great a risk to our plan.
So it says classification, project consultant for Project Promenade, witness to core heist operation, objective, capture alive if possible and deliver to Paul Serene.
The men are waiting for your input.
Martin Hatch, I'm reading. Thank you. Relevant background: a strange brother of Jack Joyce, renowned physicist, proposed the existence of Chronon Field at age of 19, invented first time machine prototype, developed countermeasures, joined Project Promenade as consultant after death of Dr. Kim. History of exhibiting erratic behavior, undiagnosed but likely suffers from a schizophreniform disorder. Highly intelligent, received warnings of fracture from unknown female source. May have received knowledge of Chronon-related Monarch operations, will refuse to accept inevitability of end of time, may lead to unpredictable behavior. Dr. Joyce will be present in the Time Machine lab during the onset of the fracture at 4:15 a.m. All exits are to be covered by the Prowler team. Raider team will wait until 4:16 to breach the Time Machine room. William Joyce is to be apprehended upon entry. So, they knew exactly what was going to happen, and when it was going to happen, and who was going to be involved, because Monarch is a company owned by Paul Serene. After this occurrence happened, Paul Serene went back in time and created Monarch before this occurred to try and steal the time machine and prevent William and Jack from interfering. So it's kind of a weird, like, folding on itself storyline where the only reason Monarch exists and knows what was happening is because the person involved in the time machine test is the one that went back in time and created Monarch Solutions.
It was the first time I'd visited the Ground Zero operation in ages. The location I'd arrived in when I went 17 years back in time. The location where my fate was sealed 6 years ago.
So you went 17 years back in time, created Monarch from scratch, and built it to this massive conglomerate that it is now. It's like overarching all of the physics studies in the US and everything else. And then it's showing where the fluctuation of time occurred and how far stretching it is out from that main Ground Zero site. And he also went to the future, but we don't know how far into the future he went. The 17 years is the past that he's lived back over again,
but I was
with the
starting
plan
to
to
witness
stop
visions from the future,
Jack and
which
William
made it
from
clear
stopping
that could change very soon.
this occurrence from happening and changing the future. So Jack Joyce, civilian witness of core heist operation, capture alive if possible, delivered to Paul Serene. Known friend of Paul Serene before incident. Parents deceased. Raised self in teen years. His brother became distant. Criminal record in Massachusetts. Grand theft auto, simple assault, attempt to rob or steal. Left Riverport in 2010, never returned until incident. Received weapons training in Laos, light and heavy firearms. Arrested for weapons-related charges in 2015, charges dropped. So the only reason Jack came to Riverport now for the incident is because Paul invited him at the beginning of the game, telling him that he needed help with something. So it was all a ruse that Paul's been planning since 17 years in the past when he went back in time to get the two brothers in the same spot as the time machine in order to stop the brothers from interfering and steal the time machine for himself. History of violent behavior when pushed, lack of respect for authority figures, no knowledge of Fracture or Monarch operations. Onset of Fracture will render Jack Chronon enabled. That's why it has time-changing powers. May possess low-level Chronon abilities. Jack Joyce will be present in the Time Machine lab during the onset of the fracture at 4:15. All exits are to be covered by Prowler team. Raider team will wait until 4:16 to breach the Time Machine room. Approach Jack with caution. He will be Chronon enabled at this time. Chronon abilities predicted to not manifest until 2 hours after fracture onset. Apprehend immediately. So in answer to Take's question earlier, that's why Monarch knew what was happening and they knew that the time fractures were happening, is because he runs Monarch and he knew what was going to occur after this night. So he told them ahead of time to be ready for the time fractures and stuff like that. So now we get to make a choice, chat.
Who is this?
Amy Ferrero. She's one of the witnesses. Awaiting your orders on how to proceed.
Oh,
Paul,
did the wrong thing.
We need your decision on how to proceed with the witnesses.
My powers grew stronger, even as the Chronon syndrome worsened. I could choose a path that would become the actual future, but it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind.
So junction impacts. A junction power reveals two potential futures. Your decision at each junction point will steer the stories of both the game and the live-action show. Choose wisely. So we can show you what Hardline does.
Any potential threats to our plan need to be erased.
Wait!
Monarch would take a hardline approach. Crush all obstacles, eliminate all witnesses. It would be harsh. But I had made hard choices for the greater good before.
I dug through the area and I found everything I could on your bro. This is messed up, man. I trusted Monarch.
But the people of Riverport would turn against us.
Chaos.
Our secrets would be safe, but the public would hate us, and Jack would gain new allies.
Monarch's got no authority to stop you, and you tell that to everybody on that bridge.
Or we can go to the PR approach.
Initialize a PR campaign.
I want to stay.
And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
Monarch would take a PR-friendly approach and manipulate the public into siding with us. Our lies would give us control.
The manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce.
Hey, somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
We'd use the media to expose, then hunt for Jack.
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station.
But the eyewitnesses would be out there, and Jack would learn our secrets.
So which one should we do, chat? Now the interesting thing about this first choice is it's actually from the view of the bad guy. So like it's kind of like, well, what choice would the bad guy make, but at the same time what choice would benefit us as the good guy? It's kind of a weird way they did this. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm leaving it up to you, chat. You decide the future. I think there might only be one person in chat anyhow, so you get to decide everything. Spin the truth, huh? I think that's what I did the first time I played it too.
We can't risk any unwanted attention. Convince the witnesses not to talk. Keep eyes on them and send them home. Initialize a PR campaign. We need the city on our side.
Not this one. She's the head of the anti-Monarch movement. I think we're looking at the new face of our campaign.
So she's the one that actually held the stand-in to try and the protest to try and stop them from taking over the library.
Jack, this way.
And this is like a summary of what happened.
I use my power to guide us, to decide how to best prepare for the inevitable end of time.
Yeah, because as I was walking into the campus at the beginning of the game, I saw her outside holding the protest to stop Monarch.
I've seen the end of time.
"75% of the community agreed with your choice." So the interesting thing about this game is when they made the game, they also filmed a TV show. And in between acts of the game, the TV show plays. "25% are murderers." And it changes the TV show depending on what changes and what things you do in the game. It changes how the TV show plays out. Surface Pro.
The one in the middle, I assume that's your mother. The left, of course, your father. And on the right, the little one. How old is she? "114 Lafayette. Is that correct? That was taken out 5 minutes ago by my associate, Michael.
What do you want?
I want a statement.
Yeah, they have a lot of big name actors in this game, yeah.
Don't want Michael outside of your house a moment longer.
Oh, really? I never watched The Wire. That's pretty cool.
What happens to me?
Well, that's entirely up to you.
I think it's cool that they actually have the real actors in the cutscenes instead of just game graphics for the cutscenes. I've heard it's a really good show, I just never got around to watching it. And it's like ridiculously long too at this point, right? It's got like tons of seasons.
I'm so glad we could work this out.
Five seasons, so that's not too bad. Hey, I need one of those. Can I have that? I want a green screen. So people don't see my wall and my couch in the background. I mean, what couch? You don't see a couch? There's no couch here.
Liam, walk with me.
Yeah, if I just get big, then you won't ever see the couch. That's
we
right.
just lost communication with Jack Joyce's transpo.
How the fuck does that happen?
Knowing how isn't important. You just need to find him. Wincott is working on a location.
Great.
What is it?
What?
Something's wrong.
University. That's not how we operate. It was sloppy.
Have all your operations gone smoothly? Go home, Liam. Wait for the call.
Yes, because I'm the man.
I'm sure your wife misses you.
The Monarch logo on his screensaver or his screen background on his phone. 2 hours after the fracture in time.
There's Dan. Good thing about our friend Stan is Stan makes it easy. See, the guy goes around using the same username and password everywhere he goes. Now, that means that his cloud isn't so protected. May I present to you Exhibit A. Wow. God, this guy's swinging for the fences. And what is that? What are you doing, Brenner?
Coffee cup.
No, I know it's a coffee cup, but what is it doing on my table? The fuck? You know what this is? Do they have these in Idaho?
Iowa.
Whatever. Use it.
It's a massive coaster.
Tell me what's next, Brenner?
I don't know.
I know you don't know.
It's like a paperweight.
That makes me sad for you. All we do now is upload our girl's video to Stan and our friends at WZWY, send Stan a note with some of his private pics, and last but not least, we post a letter. That letter allows Reclaim to take full responsibility for everything that's happening. Signed sincerely, your local terrorist, Jack Joyce. You can say it.
It's pretty awesome.
Shit.
Button Hatch is on the phone.
Mr. Hatch, perfect timing. Me and Brenner, we just dug up some major dirt on our news director over at WZWY. He'll be running our copy and posting that girl's video within an hour.
Good work, Wincott. Where are we with Joyce?
Joyce? Well, I got a lock on his transpo. I mean, I've hacked into his camera and I'm waiting to find a locale. It's not incredibly easy.
Keep an eye on it. And when you find him, contact Burke directly. I think we have a traitor in our midst.
Traitor?
In our midst.
Well, I'll let you go, Mr. Hatch. Thank you.
Was that Martin Hatch?
Get the fuck out of my office. Get the fuck out of my office. Just... Fuck are you? Fuck. Give me something. Come on,
production value went into this. So that's the head of the security team, Liam Burke.
M?
You would think the fact that they raided the public university would be on the news or something.
I'm sorry.
I dreamt you were a cat.
That's weird.
A cat?
Mm-hmm. With these big furry bear paws. Way too big for your body. It was a strange creature. But I knew it was you.
I have to get back to work soon.
You work more than any field manager in the history of field managers. Baby, you haven't been home in 2 days.
The longest cutscene ever.
Your mom's being difficult.
Oh, I'm
She is.
I'm
She's
being difficult, huh?
She's being very difficult. What happened? What?
I don't think that's the baby. Okay. You would.
What does he win?
Close your eyes.
I don't play video games to watch this. I guess it's supposed to be giving you background for the characters so you can empathize with them. Empathy for the bad guy, that's the big thing, right? That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
Burke, we got a lead on Joyce.
What is it?
I was able to track his transpo to a warehouse on Burgundy and Wilkins. It's inside Ground Zero perimeter. Sending you the coordinates now.
Well, that's the thing, when they first made the game, they were trying to make it as like an experiment for like cross-media potential, to like have a video game that ties into a TV series, and the original plan was for the TV series to continue after the game came out as an actual television series that you could watch online or on TV, but it never happened.
Monarch has sought out investments within the city of Riverport in order to rebuild this great city, transforming it into an economic powerhouse over the past.
Catch the bus now, it stopped, go, come on. Yeah, there is some content that's a waste of time, yeah. Like, technically, I think I've heard a lot of people criticize this and saying that the videos don't really add anything to the story of the actual game plot. It just adds background for the characters that doesn't really affect the game at all. So technically, you could probably just skip these cutscenes and not really change anything.
and has helped eager students from all over the country to further their dreams and interest in technological research and design. And with Monarch's greatest investment in the future being right here in Riverport, it's pretty clear how bright the future is for all of us.
Paul, there's been a development.
Jack.
You've already seen it.
Tonight on the island. He'll be there, and he'll want revenge. I need him stopped now.
He has seen all.
I think our
knows
focus
all.
may be somewhat misguided here.
Your fifth column traitor?
We shouldn't take it so lightly. Joyce got lucky. He escaped. He's gone. He wouldn't be foolish enough to come back. Our only vulnerability is within, Paul. You should see that.
Telling me what I've already seen.
You're not thinking clearly. You need your treatment.
You've been the face of Monarch for all these years, Martin. But let's get clear on something. This is still my ship.
And I simply don't want to see you go down with it.
Just find him.
We take you now to Riverport University, where a violent showdown shook the town last night. Joining us now is Amy Ferraro, an eyewitness on the scene. Amy, tell us, what is going on here?
There were people from our group.
Oh
who
no,
told
they're
me
spinning it. They're making PR.
things got very
No, stop 'em.
violent. And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
It has been
I
spun,
want
chat.
people
You
to
did it.
know that he
You've
is a
changed the
very
future.
dangerous person. A terrorist.
Two bacon and egg sandwiches?
Sounds like a terrifying thing down there. We really appreciate your bravery going on record to speak out against what appears to be such a
No, we
dangerous
can't go back
person.
now.
I was over in the lab at the university this morning. Someone solved the equation.
Huh?
I've just received word that Monarch security forces have teamed up with local police to hopefully expedite the search for Jack Joyce and keep the people of Riverport safe as this very unsettling story continues to unfold.
Jack Joyce, he's a terrorist. Now the whole world hates him, chat. Good
Sup,
going.
IT? You wish I was IT. Hey, you don't have security clearance being here?
Security clearance.
Access granted.
I thought you might have been up all night, so...
You didn't get the runny kind, did you?
No, it shouldn't be. It's cool, they're new. Oh, man.
Fiona Miller. Terminated. You're fired.
So what's the 411? What the hell's going on out there?
411.
Yeah, the 411.
At least Amy is alive. That is true.
Everything's...
All the witnesses
everything's
are
fine.
alive.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
There was a shootout at the university last night.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
All right. You think they're gonna cancel the party tonight?
Are you kidding? No way. Hatch knows what he's doing.
You gonna go?
To a party? Me? Go to a party. I don't know.
We can roll together if you want.
Okay.
And we get the background to empathize with
alright,
the IT
I'll go.
guy.
Okay, buddy.
He just wants love.
What are you gonna wear?
in
Yeah,
all the
I don't
wrong
know.
places.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go naked.
Nice, I like that. I gotta get back to my desk, so see you tonight.
Yeah. I'll see you tonight.
Yep.
You go get her, IT guy.
Buddy. Buddy.
We're getting all the empathy now. Yeah, apparently he wants something other than love. You don't know that. Maybe he just likes hanging out naked. Maybe he just likes to go to every party naked. Maybe that's his shtick. He's the naked party guy. Oh, they found their inside mole.
Liam, this isn't what it looks like.
Fuck, Beth. I really didn't want it to be you.
You need to listen to me.
Step away from the van. Step away! Right now! Drop the gun.
I can't do that.
You have 3 seconds till I pull.
I have better reflexes.
And you're a marksman for shit.
No.
Hey,
No!
they did my move.
Gosh.
Oh, I did
He's
my
gone.
move.
Do you see what's happening?
The stutters.
More and more.
Beth, what is going on?
Time is breaking down. The end is coming, and Joyce could be the key.
Wait, the end of what? Beth, the end of what? The end of what?
Of time! Of time! Of life as we know it, the entire universe, gone. And
Well, it
somehow,
would be gone. It would just not
Monarch
move.
has
It
been
would be frozen
preparing
in
for
time.
it. They knew it was coming. There's this thing. It's called a lifeboat protocol, and it can save us, at least some of us.
Hands on your head, down on your knees.
Brown.
Wilder, do not make me ask again. Joyce just took down half my men. You think maybe he had some help?
We're unarmed. I was responding
I do not give a fuck.
Hey, I am with Monarch.
On your knees!
If they take me in, then it's the end for me. And for you.
Down!
Just do what he says.
Do not let them take us. We'll never find the lifeboat. Think about Emily.
Just relax.
Liam!
Shut up!
I don't believe so. I think it was only broadcasted in the game.
This lifeboat protocol. What is it?
I don't know.
But it has really high
Dr.
production
Kim was at the
value.
center
Like
of
you would
it.
think it was going to be a
Dr. Kim?
standalone TV show.
If you can get into his lab.
That's impossible. It's been closed up since he disappeared.
Do you know anyone who could get you in?
Definitely put a lot of money into the cutscenes. It's like, yeah, the game's going to cost $5 million to make, but what we're really wanting more funds for is to make the cutscenes super long and super high production value. The woman that plays Beth Wilder, the female agent that was on in the
Fiona.
last scene, she plays the main character in Remedy's new game that came out this year called Control, or last year technically. And Control has a lot of similar ideas, except instead of time manipulation and control, it's like telekinesis type stuff where you can like control objects and like send them flying with your mind and stuff like that.
Gotcha, buddy. Patch is gonna love this. Oh, shit. The fucking golden boy.
So now he's gonna tell the people who run Monarch that Liam Burke is the mole, and he's the head of their security division. No, Control doesn't have video cutscenes like these. In hindsight, maybe I should have just played that instead. But
Monarch employees, the food trucks will be parked outside.
I do plan on playing it after this, but
Charlie, I need a favor.
I think they decided that this idea didn't really work after this, so they never did it again.
I'd really rather not.
In your office, be good. It'll be really quick.
Yeah. So what happened with Joyce?
Oh, there's nothing there.
Hey, what's going on, Polo Gaming?
There's nothing there? He just wasn't there? Like, or what?
Thanks for joining the stream, how are you?
You reassigned me.
We're watching a short
Secure the
movie
perimeter
of
lab.
a cutscene right now.
He thinks Joyce might go there. He sent me here to get access to it. Can you help me out?
Yeah, sure. Let me see what I can do.
Thank you.
Have you played this before, Polo?
You know, it's really funny that you say that that lead on Joyce was no good because I don't know. It sure looks like he was there. And that other guy kind of looks like you, but that's weird because you work for Monarch, and that guy clearly does not work for Monarch. Yeah, I can zoom in. Hey, wait, stop killing me! Because I just put a high security alert out on your ass. You got about 20 seconds.
You're bluffing.
Hey, you're welcome to stick around and try to find out.
You know what I'm gonna do to you.
I have a pretty good idea what Monarch's gonna do to you. In about 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Oh, that wily
Good luck,
IT
buddy.
guy.
9, 8, We need all points converged on Liam Burke. He's armed and dangerous.
Why would they listen to an IT guy?
Listen up, he's on level B, near the main overpass.
Just a reminder to Monarch employees, get your flu shots. They are free of charge. Get them in HR.
You remember in Help Wanted? I remember you were there for Help Wanted, yeah? Yeah. I remember you, Polo. I always appreciate seeing people coming back for other games. I know a lot of people probably follow because they like the particular game they were watching, but it means a lot when people take the time to stop in and see other things too. Because I like to experiment with different games, and I'm starting to feel like maybe this experiment wasn't the best decision because the last half hour has pretty much just been watching a movie.
Not invincible. He's not a fucking superhero. Brenner, I'm dealing with it. Yeah, I know.
How are you doing tonight, Polo?
Yeah.
I think you have the option to skip these scenes. I don't know, maybe.
South parking structure. I repeat, south parking structure, 4th floor.
I want to hit a button because we're this far in at this point. I don't want to accidentally skip the rest. What if something really important to the story happens in the last 5 seconds? And we miss it. After 45 minutes of watching this, we miss the important part of 5 seconds.
2nd floor. Gotta cut him off.
It is really high production value, though.
He's setting out the entrance.
They even had stunt drivers involved. Look at this. Wooden gate will stop him. Oh no, the wooden gate. Ah! We could have sworn that was a foolproof plan. The wooden gate didn't stop him.
Okay, he said he's south on Eastman.
It's like we're all watching a movie together. I should have brought popcorn over.
Phantom team, he's headed to you. He's flying. Look out.
Copy.
Cut him off. Go.
Come on, you got this.
There's no way those big trucks would be keeping up with that car.
Get me alongside him.
Oh, this car's bulletproof. Oh, they thought of everything. This car's not only wooden board proof, but it's bulletproof.
God, get him! 3rd Street. Headed to the alley.
Copy that.
See if his car's collision proof. Just put your truck in front of his path. There you go. Oh no, he has great brakes too. God, foiled at every turn. No. Excellent traction. Gosh. And he has locks. God dang it. We'll never get this guy. He's foiled us. At every turn, he's foiled us. He is the super spy. Dun dun dun. End of episode 1. Well, that was exhilarating. Oh, that movie was so long that my Xbox controller shut itself off. The world's longest cutscene. I think it was literally like an hour long.
Let's talk about the dry dock
Oh,
incident.
another cutscene.
Monarch operatives transported you from the university to the ground zero operation
So
at
this
the
is how the
shipyard.
game started.
Still
He's being
upset about that,
interviewed
huh?
by a
You were secured,
law
unconscious.
enforcement agent, and he's telling her what happened.
Liam Burke went to retrieve you, and you were gone.
Which, if they have a working time
Sleepwalking.
machine, I don't know why he doesn't just let her go back and see it all in real time. But whatever. I guess telling her is just easier.
Seconds till I pull.
Had better reflexes.
And you're a marksman.
The time ripple. He's like, what do I do in this situation? My captors are frozen. How can I take advantage of this situation? Oh, I know, I can get out.
We know Beth Wilder assisted you in some manner.
Then I'm guessing you know the rest.
No, because everybody who saw what you did next is now dead.
Oh gosh.
I didn't have a clue where I was or why. Never questioned it because it didn't feel real. Still waiting to wake up.
Use time vision when its associated power icon is flashing to locate Chronon sources. It's a Chronon source! Collecting Chronon sources allows Jack to upgrade his powers. Press start to view the upgrade menu, or select, I guess. I forgot all about this. Oh, I have to hold the button. I was sitting here pressing the button 100 times. It wasn't doing anything. What? So Act 1... Oh, this is Act 2, Part 1. Oh, guys, we can rewatch the hour-long cutscenes if we want to later. We should totally do that. Just kidding.
Alright.
Alright, now slap them around a little bit.
Beth Wilder
Smack,
risked
smack.
blowing her cover to rescue you. Sounds like you didn't exactly return the favor.
No. I didn't. Thanks for that, asshole.
You're not supposed to use language like that. Families watch this stuff. What are you doing? Have to get up there, I understand. I get it. I'm familiar with game mechanics.
You were industrial area.
Ah!
Why am I here?
Ooh, why is there a spray painting of something that just happened 5 seconds ago? Creepy.
Only way forward.
It's not the only way. I'm sure there's other ways. Use time vision to highlight destructible objects. I get it. I am Neo and this is the Matrix. I understand now.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
Some time triggers allow Jack to manipulate the timeline of specific objects. I get it, I get it. Haha. I undid what I did. Then I redid what I did.
Okay. Doesn't last. Noted.
There's something over here.
When the fracture
Wait.
broke time, some objects became unstable. With my new abilities, I can manipulate their timelines, rewind them.
Rewind the whole world and just go back before all this crap happened and fix it. Game over. Everything's solved.
There's gotta be another way in there.
Ooh, a Chronon source. Oh, I'm so good. got to giddy up. I get it. Then run before it crushes your head. Cool. Cool game. I got to giddy up. That's a long fall. I think I hurt my little ankles.
Still no word from Burke on Jack Joyce's position.
Very well. Ready a chopper for me at the dry dock. I'm heading to the island.
You said he's gonna dry
Seeing
dock.
Paul's face on that screen, it was some kind of sick reminder. I couldn't escape what had happened, what he did. I needed to know why, but part of me wanted to put a fucking bullet in his head before he could open his mouth.
Want us to send additional
So
teams
nice.
to search for Joyce?
Negative. Focus efforts on our PR campaign.
Alright guys, I think that's about it for tonight. We're gonna end it here. Stop talking, Paul Serene. Gosh. Thanks for joining if you did. We'll probably come back to this again another night. I don't know, I have to decide whether I want to sit through a couple more hours worth of cutscenes. But we'll probably come back to it and play through the rest of it. I don't think it's that long. We already played through all of Act 1 tonight in about an hour, and there's only 4 acts in the game. So we'll probably play through it, and then after we're done playing this, we'll play Control. And Control should be a little bit better because there's not hour-long cutscenes in between levels. But thanks for coming tonight, and have a good night. Bye!